Maybe you have been looking for love in the wrong place and didn't even realize it. Many LGBTQIA+ women believe they have to earn love by proving they are good enough. But the truth is that being worthy of love has nothing to do with pleasing or fitting in. That is why so many incredible women spend their lives settling for far less than they deserve. In this video, I will share practical and powerful steps that can transform the way you connect with yourself and with the person you love. So like this video, share it with another woman who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to the channel. Because from this moment on, you will learn how to feel worthy of the love you have always dreamed of and how to make it stay in your life. Growing up without seeing love between women portrayed with care and naturalness makes many LGBTQIA+ women believe that lesbian relationships are rare, complicated, or even impossible to sustain. When there are no positive models, self-acceptance becomes harder, and self-love starts to depend on what is socially accepted. For me, the simple act of seeing two women walking hand in hand down the street for the first time was a reality check, as if something that once felt unreachable suddenly became possible. That kind of representation is a quiet reminder that true love does not need to be hidden or begged for in crumbs. If a woman has experienced emotional insecurity or instability, she may develop a pattern where she settles for less out of fear of losing everything. It is as if her inner model says that love is always fragile or conditional and could disappear at any moment. When female self-esteem is built on criticism and comparison, it is as if every bit of affection she receives must constantly be tested. But understanding this dynamic is the first step to breaking the cycle and making room for a healthy relationship that nourishes female self-esteem and self-worth. And it is exactly here where we begin to dismantle piece by piece one of the biggest myths about what it really means to be worthy of love. Many LGBTQIA+ women grow up trying to be acceptable and end up molding themselves to the point of losing sight of who they really are. One of the cruelest lies a woman can carry is believing she has to be perfect to deserve love. It is that feeling that if she is not always smiling, always beautiful, always controlling every detail, someone will walk away, even on days when her chest feels heavy and her smile is just a mask. But love does not come to someone pretending to be someone else. It blooms when self-confidence is nurtured by authenticity. Another common belief is that love between women is always complicated or painful. This comes from years of hearing distorted stories, seeing negative portrayals, and absorbing prejudice as if it were an absolute truth. For many, being in a healthy relationship feels strange, as if something is wrong, or as if peace is a sign that the passion is gone. But self-love and self-acceptance change that perspective, allowing you to see that a healthy relationship is possible and that tranquility can also be deeply passionate. There is also the idea that if someone has chosen you, you need to accept everything to avoid losing them. This is nothing more than begging for crumbs while ignoring that the feast is within reach. As long as you have the courage to say no to what hurts. Emotional healing begins when a woman realizes that self-worth is not about pushing love away. It is about creating space for the kind of love that truly nourishes. And in that moment, she begins to see that the way she treats herself is the mirror that determines how the world will treat her. When deep down an LGBTQIA+ woman believes she does not deserve true love, she ends up attracting people who reinforce that idea. It is like putting up a silent sign that says, "I can accept less," without even realizing you are doing it. The good news is that this inner mirror can be polished, and every small change inside you also changes the way the world responds to you. There is a powerful concept called the inner model of worthiness, and it works like an invisible reflection you carry within. This reflection does not lie, it shows exactly how you see yourself and, without you noticing, defines what you accept in relationships. A simple yet transformative exercise is to start paying attention to your own inner dialogue. Notice how automatic criticism, constant comparisons, and the lack of self-compassion shape the way you treat yourself. Write down the phrases you repeat to yourself and consciously replace the ones that lower your value with statements of self-worth. Repeat to yourself, even on hard days, "I deserve to be loved exactly as I am." Small adjustments like this grow deep roots in female self-esteem and strengthen self-love in a way no external validation can. The truth is that the way you take care of yourself defines the standard of love you accept. When you practice self-love, set boundaries, and treat yourself with respect, you create a natural filter that keeps away anyone who cannot offer the same. It is as if your inner mirror starts reflecting light, and only those who can see and value it remain close. And it is in this relationship with yourself that the deepest transformation begins, the one that will open space for the real change that comes next. When an LGBTQIA+ woman decides to take care of her own self-esteem, it is like she begins watering a garden that has always been there but was forgotten. With every internal choice she makes, she notices how the way the world responds to her begins to change. Therapy for queer women, sexology, and self-care practices are not just tools. They are paths to rebuilding the relationship with her body, mind, and emotions. In this process, self-love stops being just a pretty phrase and becomes a daily practice that shapes what you accept and what you reject. One of the most powerful strategies is to rewrite your personal stories, taking those memories that once meant pain and, with courage, giving them a new meaning. For example, instead of seeing a breakup as a sign of failure, seeing it as proof that you had the strength to walk away from what was not good for you. It is like taking an old photograph, wrinkled and faded, and revealing a new image on top of it, sharper and full of color. This reframing technique creates a new inner space where self-confidence can bloom. Another practice that transforms is daily validation. Starting the day by telling yourself, "I deserve to be loved exactly as I am," is not just a mantra. It is a reminder that your self-worth does not depend on outside approval. And when this gesture is paired with a reconnection to your body, accepting every detail of it as part of your story, self-acceptance stops being a challenge and becomes an act of freedom. This deep relationship with yourself sharpens your vision to clearly recognize when healthy love finally comes to your door. And when it does, you will know exactly what to do. Healthy love does not leave you with the constant feeling that you have to prove your worth. It does not make you walk on eggshells or trap you on an emotional roller coaster. It is like walking on solid ground after years of trying to balance on shaky ropes, each step bringing security. And female self-esteem grows because it is nourished, not because it is constantly tested. Some signs show you are in a safe space, conversations where your voice is heard without interruptions, gestures that respect your time and your space, support that is there both in good moments and in the hardest ones. For many LGBTQIA+ women, experiencing this for the first time can feel unsettling because peace can seem strange when you have only known turbulent love. But it is in this tranquility that true love reveals itself, quiet and deep. Positive stories between queer women are living proof of this reality, like the one about a woman who, after years in unstable relationships, met someone who never made her doubt herself, who celebrated her wins and stood by her in the most silent days. And the stronger you grow inside, the easier it becomes to recognize this kind of love. This is the moment when the most powerful decision you can make emerges, and it is also where the most liberating shift in your journey begins. Many LGBTQIA+ women have gotten used to begging for crumbs of affection, believing it is better to have a little than nothing at all. But true love does not feed on leftovers. It blooms when there is reciprocity, respect, and presence. Recognizing this is an act of self-worth that transforms the way you show up in the world, like trading an empty plate for a feast prepared especially for you. Emotional boundaries are not walls to keep people away. They are filters that allow in only those who know how to offer care and respect. Saying no to what hurts is saying yes to your own female self-esteem. And as uncomfortable as it may be at first, every time you choose to protect yourself, you send yourself the silent message that you deserve whole love without conditions. The emptiness that remains when you walk away from unhealthy relationships can feel scary, but it is in this open space that healthy love finds a place to enter. In this process, self-confidence grows, self-acceptance strengthens, and emotional healing begins to take root in an irreversible way. And when that moment comes, you realize that you are not only ready to receive the love you have always wanted, but you have already become the person capable of keeping it alive. When you start to see yourself as worthy of the love you desire, something changes in a quiet yet deeply transformative way. It is as if a new calm settles in, filling spaces that were once taken up by doubt and insecurity. It is not just about finding someone. It is about building a life where your peace, your self-respect, and your happiness no longer depend on who stays or who leaves. It is in this inner place of safety that true love finds the space to bloom and remain. Everything we have shared here are paths you can begin applying today. Choosing kinder words for yourself, saying no to what does not nourish you, making space for relationships that strengthen you. Small gestures, repeated consistently, create a solid foundation for whole love. Now, I want you to share in the comments what is the first step you will take to treat yourself as someone worthy of the love you have always wanted. Like this video, send it to a friend who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to the channel, because together we can create a space where every lesbian, bi, or queer woman knows she deserves a whole, free, and true love.